Is school important? So many times I heard that we don't need to go to school. School make you dumb. School is just a waste of time. I read this first in a book from Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And that moment, I thought that uh, going to school is useless. I just wasted time in school for years, more than 10 years in school for nothing. But today, I think that going to school is necessary in a way that I cannot skip school. I, I imagine if I never go to school, what would happen? So today I will describe uh, why school is important and what do we need from school. First is basic thinking. In school, I was taught about mathematics, solving physics problem. When I went to job, it, I didn't use any of this. I didn't count calculus. I didn't count the hypotenusa sides of a triangle. I didn't count uh, the velocity of a car in the corner anymore. I don't calculate the entropy energy of a chemical reaction anymore. I don't need to determine a species, a plant species, whether it is a vertebrate or vertebrate, is it belong to some class or not. But in job, in my daily life, I use a basic thinking to solve a problem. Like when I have jobs to do and I need to determine how to do it and how to solve it. And actually, what I did in school bring me to a habit of solving a problem. So solving a problem becomes a habit for me. And every time I solve a problem when I was in school, I believe there is a solution for every problem. Like in every task, in every examination, I believe uh, the one that makes the problem or the question, they think about the solution first and then get back to the problem or the question. So this belief makes me optimistic that every problem, every challenge, there is a solution for it. And to break it down, uh, for example, I have jobs to do, I have a project to do, and there is a challenge. And usually, I remember when I was in elementary school, whenever a story-like question appeared, we need to determine what was mentioned, what was known. In Indonesia, we say diketahui, and then what was being asked, or in Indonesia we say ditanya, and then our answer, or Indonesia we said it dijawab. So this structure uh, helped me to map the problems. Every time the problem appear, what is known? What do I know? And then moving on, what is being asked, and then what will be my answer. The answer calculation is my working sheet, how I find the solution, and not just jumping to conclusion. It is the calculation or a theory, and then lead to a conclusion, which is the answer of the problem or the question. So that is the first one. What I can learn from school is basic thinking. As simple as what I learned in elementary school is about solving a simple mathematic problem. using what I know, what is being asked, and what will be the answer. And moving on to the next one, the function of going to school is the ability to receive information. So many times I saw in the social media when there is controversial news appear, just as simple as a headline. For example, someone, the the famous person is caught on cheating, and then immediately the reaction in the comment section is really wild. People are blaming, even though they don't read the whole news. That is one missed opportunity. If I don't go to school, every time I see the headline, I will be easily uh, provoked by that. So in school, I learned that everything must be logic. That if I encounter something that is illogical or I cannot believe it, I cannot accept it immediately, I need to seek it first, or in Indonesia or in Arabic language, we use tabayun. So we need to clarify the information, check and double check the information, look at the source. If there is a controversy news, I need to check does it, where does the information coming from? Is it from opinion, or is it from fact, or is it from just invalid source of information? Or if they caught an artist being on cheating, is it really cheating, or it just an assumption of cheating? So having a skill of receiving information will protect my mind, that we are full of too much information in the social media. As I understand in my country, Indonesia, right now, that there are many negative news whenever I open social media, can be about the government, can be about the the citizen, can be about the economy. Everything is negative, where it is not always negative. If I can read it carefully, sometimes they say that government is bad, but is it a fact or not? And then if it is a fact, and I need to check the source of information, even though it is true, and I can tell that what can I do? Can I do something? For example, if the government increase the taxes, can I do something? If I cannot do anything, and then what is the function of me commenting on Instagram, wishing that there is something that gonna be changed? Nothing. So I need just to uh, move on. If I cannot do anything about it, and then just forget about it and just accept it. Yes, I can share my frustration. I can give my opinion, but I think doing something, hoping that something that will be not under my control will be tearing me down, will make me sick. So instead of that, I will seek for any positive news from government, from the economic uh, point of view, from education. Like instead of watching a news about uh, some senior high school student that cannot count a simple mathematics such as 9 times 4, and then I will just seek for any information. For example, some students from Indonesia that get gold medal in international Olympiad. So receiving information is one of the skill that I can learn from going to school. From basic thinking, and then I can receive information correctly. And then going to the third one is to express my idea. Well, expressing idea, not everybody, that is not in my nature, that I was not born with the ability to express my idea. I need to structure it. What will be my main points? What I learned from school, that expressing idea in one occasion should be limited into three main points. If not, I can be rambling, or even though I myself can lose focus in the explaining of the idea. And each of the three ideas should be supported by uh, supporting material, can be example, can be a personal story, can be a research, and then I need to conclude it in my closing, uh, and I need to introduce my topic in my opening. And not limited to that, expressing idea not limited to about uh, the the skill of uh, finding an idea to share. It is also uh, being being understand, can feel my audience or my listeners if I need to share about, for example, about how to memorize something better, and then my audience are the Olympic champions, the high achiever in the class. I can share how to memorize with a very high standard way, like you must memorize one page for one day. It can train your mind. But if I want to share it in front of uh, students that are struggling to get a good grade in school, I need to be more empathic instead of asking them to memorize one page. I just need them to memorize one thing about themselves for every day. So I can start small. That is one skill that I can learn from school, that we need to be empathic. Sometimes I can be very logical, but based on what I learned so far, I'm type of person that love to support others. My life is dedicated to someone or to other than myself. I don't like to be selfish. Uh, there is so much time that I dedicate things to myself, and I ended up never being satisfied. I feel disappointed all the time. But if I do it for someone else, I'll be so happy because I support someone. And even though I don't receive the feedback, I don't receive any words, being part of someone's success for me is a success itself. And I believe not everybody is the leader. For me, I'm more a supporter. But without me, if everyone is a leader, there will be no movement, there will be no organization, and everybody just thinking about himself. For me, I just need a leader, and then I will follow him. And uh, with me, I can be very loyal to my leader as long as the vision is clear, the mission is clear, the uh, everything that I need to do is clear. Because if it's not clear, I will be confused, and I will don't know how to support. So spreading idea is one thing that I learned from school. So to recap, what I learned from school is basic thinking. So I can count, I can solve a problem. And the second one is to receive information. Based on that basic thinking, I can receive information as well. I can distinguish good news from bad news and how to react. And that lead to the final one is to express my idea, and not only to find an idea to share, it is also to be empathic to mind that uh, who will listen to my ideas and how I will tailor my message to them. So hopefully, if you listen to my speech today, don't be discouraged by many movement that you don't need to go to school. You need to go to school. You need to understand basic thinking. You need to know how to receive information, and you need to express yourself. And I understand that the narration of not going to school is limiting yourself of the school, but the make sure that in school I will give you a objective, a goal to school, that you need to be better at thinking, you need to be better at receiving information. Lastly, you need to be better at expressing your idea.